Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. It is time to share my July to be read list. This month is going to be a little bit different from what I usually do because these are basically hopefuls that I want to read, mainly being book club picks, but it is my birth month, and so I know that there will be some other books that I get and add to throughout the month. So let's start off with the first book club book. The first title that I am putting on my July TBR is actually my In Case You Missed It June pick, which was a 2017 title. And the one I picked was The Marsh King's Daughter. In this one, we have Helena Pelletier, who has created a life for herself, but has also hidden her childhood growing up years from her husband and children and everything in her new life. What seems to be happening here, though, is that 20 years after she has left her father's home, she's finding out that he is trying to reinsert himself in to her life. And so this is going to be an interesting read, I think. This is a mystery thriller. If you watch my new release list, a lot of July's books were thrillers, and I think I'm just kind of in that mood because when I looked at the 2017 list, it was thrillers that were really standing out to me. So this is The Marsh King's Daughter by Karen Dion. For the July pick of In Case You Missed It, which is a 2018 release, I have picked The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. This one has been on my TBR probably since 2018, and I had happened to find a previous read library book at Ollie's, and so I got a copy of it for $4 instead of the usual 20 for a hardback. And with this one, it is a historical fiction, so I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna vibe with this one, but I do want to give it a try. In this, we have Ernst, who is a Vietnam POW, and he comes home and is changed, as many soldiers of that time were, and takes his family and moves to Alaska. At first, things seem like they are improving until winter hits and they have 18-hour nights, and the daughter Lenny and mother Cora find out that they are kind of on their own to deal with this, not just the dangers of being in Alaska during the winter, but also the dangers of being inside with Ernst as he is struggling with his unseen demons. Up next, I have the Pyramid Book Club's July pick, and that is The Midnight Feast In this one, we have a group of characters who are going to the manor, and the manor is this new luxury resort that things, while no cost has been spared, things aren't quite as they see or aren't quite as they seem. And we're going to have old friends and enemies lurking in the party with a creepy forest, and local police are going to get involved. Everyone's got a secret, everyone's got an agenda, but not everyone will survive the midnight feast. This book really has given me, the description has given me a lot of the Paris apartment vibes, also by Lucy Foley, and I am excited to see where this goes. Up next is the Stay at Home Book Club, and this one I also am having to do a little backtracking. Their July pick is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which I have already read. I read that in May, had a great time with it, and I hope that they all have a blast. Instead, I am going to read the June pick, which is When the Moon Hatched. This one, we have a fantasy world where the creators of this world have created these dragons, but they did not realize or did not plan for when the end of the dragon's life came, the dragon would fly out of the atmosphere just beyond gravity's reach and uh, fill the sky with tombstones, which the people thought were moons. And at some point, the moons start falling to the earth. This book, just that little description, really reminds me of a Doctor Who episode, and I was all in. The it seems that there is a bounty hunter in this, and a whole bunch of different characters in this. It is a fantasy romance. So I am going to see where this takes me and see if my instincts and my enjoyment of Doctor Who is going to make this an enjoyable book or really disappoint me. So I'll let you know throughout the month. Next up is the Enchanted Fandom Book Club pick, and for this one, the book has not officially been chosen yet, but looking at votes so far, it looks like it's going to land on Court of Tricksters. In this one, we have a world where mating is a matter of politics, not the heart. And our Fey Duke of the Night Realm is going to keep his priorities straight and pick a marriage of convenience to protect them. But his mate has no interest. She's lived outside of society for too long to care about anything that's happening around her politically, and because of her choices, it's going to be that war is going to loom closer and closer until the Duke has only one choice, and that's to kidnap his bride. So that's all the book club picks I have right now. These next two books are books that currently will mark off boxes on my summer bingo for July. And one of those is my most recent purchased book that I haven't read yet, and that's Firefly, What Makes Us Mighty. This one is by M.K. England from the show created by Joss Whedon. In this one, we have the crew of Serenity have landed on Persephone and are going to keep somewhat nearby Anara as she is with a client, and everyone is happy with this except for Zoe because her gut is telling her that something is off. And so in response, Mal is going to send the crew of Serenity off to safety while he and Zoe investigate what's going on. My last book that I have is for the Inspired by Mythology prompt on my summer bingo. And the book I picked is Olympus, Texas. In this one, we have the Briscoe family who once again become the talk of the town when their son March returns after 2 years of being basically exiled because he had an affair with his brother's wife. The kind of feel of this one is that it's going to weave elements of classical mythology into a thoroughly modern day family saga, and going to have a lot of drama and everything else in it. This one is a literary fiction, so we'll have to see how I feel about it as I start reading. And there you have it, 7 books that I would like to read during the month of July. Again, this is not a hard set list this month. I'm really just gonna kind of go with the vibes, but these are books that I want to read for different book clubs and to continue myself through my summer bingo. If you have any suggestions of books that you think I might like, please feel free to leave them in the comments or let me know some titles that you are reading. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.